So, what's going on with OCRP? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm kind of right there with you. First, let's get into the roots of OCRP. OCRP, also known as Orange County Roleplay, is a Grand Theft Auto 5M role-playing community. The server was created back in 2019 by Jeff Favignano and Dammit Dave, assumingly to get away from the strict implications within DOJRP involving problems with power tripping, members being treated poorly, and community rules. The OCRP website states, OCRP prides ourselves on having no ranks. Rank communities are toxic, ripe for power-hungry people, and create a useless game-out-of-the-game environment. Everyone is under the same permissions, admins included. You are equal the day you get a membership to members who have been in since beta. If you are looking for rank, status, or power, this is not the place for you. Their website also states, we have two servers, a live RP server and a relaxed RP server. So it's safe to assume that OCRP was created to implement more chill and relaxed RP compared to what previous members experienced regarding more strict and serious RP. So now that you have an understanding of the community, let's get into it. One day, I opened up YouTube and I saw a video within my recommended feed titled The Truth About What Happened in OCRP, posted by Ella the Octopus, August 23rd, 2024. Now being curious, I decided to watch this video. Within the video, Ella seemingly is confused as to what the reason why they could have been banned, and essentially explores reasons to figure out what it could have potentially been. Ella ended up assuming that the main reason for her ban was allegedly for cheating, whether it was having aimbot or a crosshair modification. In the video, Ella also provides a Discord screenshot from an admin stating, Hi Ella, apologies for the bit of a delay in getting back to you. I hope you're having a nice weekend. While I can't comment on the specifics of your removal and confirm it's final, I could also confirm, generally speaking, that if members use reticles and or aimbots, that is looked at as cheating and is grounds for removal from the community. Several community members and admins have noticed that your shots were unbelievably accurate. Again, I'm not able to get into the specific details for your removal, but that is the general information I can provide and the observations that were made. Hopefully this is potentially helpful. Through the video, Ella expands upon this idea by providing evidence and explaining how they weren't cheating. Ella explains how they were a pro Rainbow Six Siege player and played video games competitively. They show their folder to where any modifications could be installed at. Ella shows an example of her accurate aim and ends up showing clips that people may have believed to have her cheating in and explaining how they were not. Now, at the end of the video, it was very devastating to see a member that I've seen numerous times appear in other OCRP creators' videos who added character and entertainment just being removed without a proper explanation. Investigating further, I decided to head over to Jeff's channel, one of the founders and owners of OCRP, to read some comments on his most recent video to see if the situation has caused any people to reach out to him, and to my surprise, there were a few things viewers had to say, and responses Jeff gave. The first comment I came across said, and Jeff responded, Sorry Jeff, but removing Ella was probably a bad deal on your community's end. I'm not the one to comment much cause, I like to keep to myself, but removing Ella from the OCRP community was just plain insult. Disappointing in your community, I looked up to you Jeff, you let me down. Jeff responded, or one of his responses on this comment was, Ella wasn't removed for cheating, that's preposterous, multiple rule violations. Jeff stated in this comment that Ella was not removed for cheating, which left me a bit confused because her whole video was mostly centered upon that accusation, especially since an admin from OCRP had told her that her aim was incredibly accurate, and that modifications were grounds for removal. It's important to keep an open mind in situations like this, especially being a third-party viewer who has little insight into the full situation. So I decided to try to reach out to both Jeff and Ella via the YouTube comment sections. Although they may not see it, Jeff sometimes reads through his comments, and I assume so does Ella, because Ella's more of a small content creator, so I assume she has time. These here are the comments I posted. I'm not going to read through them all, but they are a lot. If you want to pause the video and read them, you can, but basically I was just trying to figure out what the situation was going on, because it did seem a bit confusing to me at the time due to the lack of communication and things like that. In this comment here, this was just me basically trying to pinpoint a conclusion to why Ella could have been removed if it didn't have anything to do with cheating. But I said here that my point is that when it comes to aim, some people just don't like to be 100% accurate and they'll shoot and miss on purpose, just for the purpose of extending a scene And that's kind of what I was playing into, because it did seem like a potential reason. I know Jeff, sometimes Bugs, and Ryan, they like to shoot around and miss just for the purpose of not being 100% accurate, which Ella tends to be 100% accurate. So maybe there's like the sense of that she's ending scenes early, or just not going with the flow of OCRP's type of roleplay that they would like in the server. So that's what this comment was about here. Although I didn't get a direct response from them, I was trying to dive deeper and come up with my own conclusions. While investigating, I found out a little bit more insight into the OCRP rule system, being that they have a one-strike policy, meaning you can be removed from OCRP instantly without proper reasoning provided to you and without an appeal process. Now, at the end of the day, Jeff is a server owner of OCRP and can come up with whatever rules he would like to. But personally, me and many others look heavily down upon this policy, being it doesn't seem fair, especially the long-term members. Certainly, if I broke a rule and was banned for it, I would like to know the reason so I wouldn't do this within the future. You know, learn from your mistakes. While looking into this some more, I also discovered another creator by the name of Uncle TT, who was also removed from OCRP. Now, his situation is completely different, but I wanted to learn more about it. During the time, I discovered a video by Uncle TT titled "Why I Got Banned in My OCRP Experience," posted on August 24th, 2024. Within his video, he explains a situation that happened in one of his live streams between him, Bugs, and Caitlin, involving how Bugs rammed their car off the road, which ended up with Caitlin calling him an asshole, which wasn't through game chat. I'll just play the clip now.
Didn't pull out. Is that a real person?
For sure.
What an asshole.
I'm getting pulled out on.
Wow!
I'm going 65.
God, what the hell?
This person just ran us off the road, this truck up here.
Dick. Who is that?
I don't know. He's not gonna ruin our race, although now our car is destroyed and we have to pull over to a gas station.
Oh, there's one up here on the left, so.
Here's some comments from the live stream of what viewers had to say. This user commented, "She did not say it in game. Why did Bugs say anything? I'm done watching Bugs." This user replied to the one above by saying, "I'm wondering how he even knew. I thought you weren't allowed to watch a stream while playing. It's metagaming unless that was the previous server. The only thing I didn't like was when he ran them off the road. The car flipped twice. It seemed like they didn't RP the accident. Not sure what server that was on, but still, I could see how someone would see that as fail RP." After this, Bugs apparently got upset with the situation that happened and decided to send a hurtful personal message to Caitlin regarding it, according to Uncle TT. Sometime after this, Uncle TT soon discovered that his LEO tags were removed within the server for violating community guidelines. Although at the time he didn't know the exact reason to why that happened, we could not assume that it was connected to the situation, because obviously if your LEO tags are removed, then it would probably be due to something that occurred while Uncle TT was patrolling as LEO. Within the video, TT goes on to describe how he was a part of this other server called MBIRP, which at the time was just a relaxed, chill, private RP community for close friends. He goes into detail about how he was talking about getting back into it and wanting to do more LEO RP due to not being able to do it on OCRP, and wanted to invite about 5 to 10 of his friends to tag along. Shortly after this, TT discovered he was removed from the server essentially for violating the recruiting guideline. It doesn't matter the size of the 5M server, no matter how big or small, public or private. Now, whether the conversation for the server took place within personal DMs or within OCRP itself, I can understand how they would see that as recruiting if conversations were taking place with friends in OCRP. Uncle TT tried reaching out to Jeff, claiming he didn't know that what he was doing was wrong, and never got a response. This is most likely due to the being removed and not receiving a response rule, essentially just being ghosted. As of currently, Jeff, Ryan, Bugs, and Silks all posted community posts addressing the situation. We have not yet heard a statement from RP Sims, supposedly the 5th admin involved in the situation. Let's dive into them. Firstly, I'll start off with Jeff's post here. He starts by stating, "Hello everyone, I would like to address the following as it has pretty much been non-stop comments about drama. First off, I am not a channel that is drama driven. The only time I will make a video is to squash things that are not true. This was the case with my reaction to why Bay Area Bugs and Jeff Faviano left DOJ, as there were more things that needed to be cleared up. I have been getting harassed on all platforms, so I will make one and final post about all of this. This really is this petty, and it has to do with RP drama, so you have been warned. About 3 months ago, a member by the name of Uncle TT was removed from OCRP. The reasons for the removal were because of the following: refusal to talk to a member that they had a personal issue with, which then led to taking inappropriate actions as an LEO and server against said member after the fact. We have a pit pursuit policy of 6 minutes. They performed the pit on this person after 30 seconds. So for that reason there, we know that TT's LEO tags were removed because of that. I'm assuming that Uncle TT maybe thought that with the situation involving Bugs and Caitlyn and the pit that happened within their live stream, maybe that had something to do with his disciplinary actions, but without him receiving a proper reason, he probably went on to believe that was the reason, even though it was this. Moving forward, disrespectful messages towards admin and other members' DMs to the point that we had multiple complaints submitted. Actively poaching / recruiting OCRP members right after they were added through the onboarding process / welcome. We don't care if other people play in other communities, but this was the final strike that made us feel like they were in OCRP for the wrong reasons. This rule is in place because bad actors have joined OCRP in the past, seen we have an active 5M player base, and extorted it to grow their servers for monetary gain. This is not what OCRP is for. Again, this ban was not personal. It was just voted by 5 people, majority win, that this member was not a good fit for OCRP. Going on, Jeff then proceeds to get into Ella's ban. A little over a month ago, a member by the name of Ella was banned for the following reasons: self-dispatching the 911 calls that they took and were not dispatching the appropriate units. This disrupted RP and did not allow others to be involved. We didn't even have a rule against this because we didn't think people would do it. This happened multiple times. So at the time, and maybe even now, this wasn't even a rule, but it's something they added. I'm not sure if it's something they talked to Ella about and told them not to do, but I guess that's just thrown in there, even though it's not a guideline or rule. Patrolling out of jurisdiction numerous times. Unjustified LEO shootings of members / shutting scenes down. Cheat aimbot side-by-side comparisons with the known cheat called Silent Aim was suspected, and with the double shot purposely missing and then grabbing a head target. This was suspected in a few clips of shootings that seemed off. Snapped to officer's head. This is not the sole reason for the ban, just added to the noise. Vote for removal majority out of 5 admin. Later on, Jeff did edit this post and delete the cheat aimbot reason. For obvious reasons. When I did first read this post, I was honestly quite surprised that the cheat aimbot reason was thrown in there, considering Jeff did state that Ella was not removed due to cheating, even though clearly that in this post she was. So I'm not sure if that's the reason why he went back and deleted it. But just to clearly state that somebody wasn't banned for that specific reason, and then to still just like layer it or just coat the situation by adding it in there anyways to quote on add some noise, it's just really just distasteful, to be honest. And for him to be calling this whole situation petty is just really hypocritical of him. Anyways, moving forward. Vote for removal, majority out of 5 admin. While OCRP has a one-strike policy, you could see multiple times that the rules and codes of conduct were violated, new ones to boot, and it took a few hours of deliberation to reach a decision. OCRP isn't a ban-happy community, and we take every ban seriously as it is a last resort. So it does seem like that their one-strike policy isn't all that strict. It is there, but it also seems like they don't completely follow it. It seems like they do give certain members, or maybe all members, some sort of chance depending on the situations and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the policy is in there. I'm not completely sure if they're removing it. I think they are. I think they should. But anyways, moving forward. As of this year, OCRP has only banned 13 members, including these two out of 800 total members. We don't normally explain why people get banned. This is due to not wanting to have our communities attack other members during this process. After all, this is just a video game community. As an admin staff, we could always do better in the future. Thank you all for your feedback on our policies. We have made a change that will require admin to give a reason for any disciplinary action or ban on the future. Since this has occurred, a few members have left OCRP on their own will. We have not banned them. Parasocial relationships are still something I am working on navigating, and sometimes it leads to these dynamics of people being hurt considering I own and operate a community. No matter how good the intentions are, I'm still known as a content creator. Many of the members joining specifically from the content they have seen can lead to me becoming dehumanized, and I will admit I have not been the most professional when having a bad day. I will work at recognizing this and not using it against members. Overall, I think Jeff gave a pretty good response, except for adding a reason that wasn't even considered a rule, and then also adding another reason just to add some noise that wasn't specifically the reason for the removal, even after he stated that it had nothing to do with the removal, but it did anyways technically. But overall, it should have just been LEO tags removed instead of a complete server ban. Moving forward, we have Silver's response here. She starts by posting Jeff's post. Recent events agree 100% with Jeff's statements. This is why we banned them. This isn't fun. This will be the only time we discuss a banning from the server. I dislike drama and feeding into it. I just want to move on and do what we are all here for, and let's have fun in RP. Bannings happens. It sucks and it hurts to ban someone. Thankfully, we only had to ban so few when we have 800 plus members. Watching my friends get dragged through the mud because they are human is not right. I'm very protective of my things I hold dear, and it hurt to see my friends get this. Everyone is a human, and people forget that. It's so easy to hate, and I'd rather give love and hugs to the people that need it. Yes, we make mistakes, and we are actively trying to get better at it. Trying to be more open with the community, and I apologize for that, and own up to that, and own up to my part in that. Also, since I've seen this a lot, main server, the server is what our SOP is for, open 24/7. Many people play on this even during the recording sessions. Recording server, only open for 2 hours, maybe once a week, and it's a place for Ryan and Bugs to have silly fun and involve the Civs and LEO in that silliness. Completely voluntary basis. They are allowed to bend the rules, and it makes for good fun to just relax for 2 hours away from the main with the Civs and LEO. Now, this part was a little confusing to me, because I also got a comment from somebody clarifying how the two servers work. So, from my understanding at first, and from how the website described it, is that OCRP had two servers. One is a serious RP server, and the second is a non-serious RP server, where these servers are completely open 24 hours a day with members playing on them. But I'm not sure if it's changed now, if it's just server 1, the main server, and server 2 being this recording server, which is only open for 2 hours. I'm not sure what the reason is behind that, but me being a viewer of OCRP, I personally like this having this one main server and then having this other recording server / non-serious RP server that's open all the time. So I'm not sure why it's changed like that. I'm not sure if more people prefer the recording server, and there's just maybe not a lot of people on the main server, which I don't see why there wouldn't be. OCRP is huge, so it seems like there'd be a lot of people on both servers, or maybe there's some cost thing going on. I'm not sure how much it costs to operate a server 24/7, but it could have something to do with that. Moving forward, I was involved in the vote, and I stand by the decision. We all gave our opinion, and it's never easy to do. Most times, we sleep on it as well. All the love to everyone, and hugs to those that need it. Also forgot, we actually started changing our policies and making it more open with the disciplinary part going forward. We realized our mistake in that, and we own up to 100%. Still won't be public info. Which, it shouldn't be public info. It shouldn't have had to go public. But unfortunately, due to the circumstances of ghosting members and not clearly communicating, this essentially caused all this unwanted drama and quote-unquote pettiness. Alright, here we have CivRyan's response. He starts off the post by telling people to go check out Jeff's statement, same as Silver. Ryan stated, "I don't feed into the drama online. I'm an entertainment channel trying to make you laugh. I don't post stuff involving RP drama because it's honestly insignificant in the grand scheme of life, and as the above statement says, I do not want to unintentionally weaponize my audience. However, I will address the comments I've been seeing. Regarding my FLRP and breaking of OCRP rules, yes, I break OCRP rules all the time in the recording server. This server is set up so we can cut loose and make entertaining videos for ourselves, which sometimes results in rule violations. That was the whole intention of the recording server, to be able to do stuff we normally cannot do in the main server. We run the server 1 to 2 nights on the slowest weeknights for 1 to 2 hour sessions. This runs in conjunction with our main server, and no one is ever demanded or required to join. Everyone who joins understands that they are joining to help us with our videos." Okay, so I'm not going to read Ryan's whole post, because mostly everyone's saying the same thing, and Ryan's post is a little bit more relevant to the reasons. His post mostly explains, apparently was a situation going on where Ryan was treating other members poorly and just being, I guess, mean to some people on his live streams and stuff. I'm not familiar with these situations, but he goes on to apologize for his demeanor and mean attitude on streams and recordings, and he explains basically, he's been running RP community for 6 years, and he explains his mental state and just like how he's doing. Basically, he really owns up to it, and he's saying he's receiving help, he's trying to change, and he's been talking to community members and friends. Overall, it's a pretty good response. He understands people's criticism, and he says he'll be taking breaks when needed. And he says burnout's real, which yes, it very much is. And last but not least, oh boy, do I have something for you. We have Bay Area Bugs' response. This response, when it was first initially posted, I'll be honest, I didn't like this response, and not many people did. It was a really intense response considering the circumstances of the situation. It was so bad, in fact, he actually ended up deleting his community post on this. So I'll go ahead and read it anyways. But Bugs starts off by saying, "Hello everyone, unfortunately I have to make this post regarding silly, it's just silly internet drama, but my hands have been forced and I need to clear the air on the false accusations going around." What false accusations? If you do not care about silly, again, it's just, let's just downplay the situation and say silly internet drama. Then you could skip this post, and I'd appreciate your you're really mature if you just, you're really better than everybody if you just move on from the situation and pretend like it never happened, like you didn't hurt people. I do not entertain drama. I never have, and this will be the one and only post I make about this. I make content to distract people from life and not to engage in or discuss drama. We OCRP admins and myself banned 2 members over the past couple of days, and these members have gone out of their way to weaponize their audience. I guess these people are weaponizing their audience, make false accusations. What accusations? About OCRP and the admins with the intentions of growing their community to monetize their server. There it is for you. This is completely uncalled for. We do not discuss banning publicly, as it can cause hate towards those members, and it's an internal OCRP conflict that we feel isn't necessary for public consumption. Well, sorry to tell you, but the situation wouldn't have went public if you just personally DM'd and explained reasons for disciplinary actions. I refuse to stand by and watch myself, my friends, and the community I love get dragged through the mud. Where have I seen that before? Because of two previous members not being able to take accountability for their actions, and one fabricate situations with the intentions of tarnishing our names. There were no situations that were fabricated, unless you're talking about the Caitlyn allegation of you being hurtful, sending a hurtful personal DM. Again, we the audience have no idea if that's true, but I can tell you that in this post, Bugs does not address the allegation between him and Caitlyn, which I think is something that should be talked about. That it's bullying, that's hurtful. No one should do that, and if it did happen, someone needs to take accountability for it. Allegedly, if it did happen, because again, we don't know. I will link below Jeff's community post regarding the situation if you feel so inclined to know what actually happened. As I say before, this is the one and only time I will ever address this situation, and I apologize for having to bring this to light. You shouldn't have to apologize to us for bringing it to light. Maybe you should apologize to Caitlyn, or the people you hurt. Allegedly. Regarding the accusation of our fail RP, we make a lot of content on OCRP's recording server. The recording server is designed for us to create entertaining content, and sometimes what is realistic isn't what is entertaining to watch. We understand this might be confusing regarding OCRP's rules, which is why we separated the recording server from the main server. We attempted to clarify the difference between the two in the first handful of recording server sessions, but I can completely understand why it appears we are breaking our own rules. We will continue to work on explaining the meaning behind the recording server. Another thing is, I feel like a lot of people know that they're addressing allegations that really aren't that relevant or serious, right? I feel like a lot of people do know and understand that there is two servers, one serious and one is not. One's for them to break the rules and one's not. I think what I've seen and what I understand, that is the case. I don't see why anyone wouldn't understand that. Again, there probably is people that don't, but I feel like it's such a small amount of people that it's not really something that is serious and relevant. Jeff pointed it out perfect with the Mr. Beast situation. It kind of reminds me of that in a way, because it's like, you know, you had that one guy who addressed these allegations, but it was like the non-relevant, non-serious allegations. But anyways, moving forward, we will do better at communicating changes and differences with how OCRP is operated to help with our transparency to our members and viewers. We have made changes to our policies and removing people from the community by providing them a reason for removal. We are constantly adjusting our policies to try to provide the best experience for everyone. Thank you, everyone, for the support over the years. I appreciate you all enjoying my content. I always wanted to provide an escape from reality with entertaining content, and I will continue to do so. Much love, Bugs. So, overall, with all of these responses, these are the 4 admins that I believe were involved in the situation, as they have stated. Again, no response from RP Sims. Not that he needed to say anything, he's not really active, but this was just all their takes on the situation. Now, I believe that everyone had a good response, you know, very respectable, very heartfelt. Everyone besides Bugs, his was just very distasteful, and is probably why he removed it. So sometime after the responses from the admin, Ella and Uncle TT did respond. Ella made another video responding to Jeff's, and then Uncle TT made another community post, which was him more of trying to clear up his name again. Here he posted in this community post the malicious pit that Jeff was referring to, and then he goes ahead and posts to the DM. And then in Ella's video, she goes on to basically talk about what everyone thinks, about her LEO tags just being removed instead of being banned from the server, and then about a situation that wasn't really a rule or reason to be removed. So really it was just those other two reasons that were provided by Jeff, which Ella fully understood and accepted. But at the end of the day, it really should have just been an LEO tag removal. In response to Jeff's community post, wow, this is amazing to see. Finally some clarity. Number one, that pit was an accident and we both talked about it after the fact. I actually remember that. I'll go look for it in a stream. I believe it happened beside the U-Tool and it was Jason. I could provide screenshots of us chatting and agreeing it was an accident, no problem. I'll find it in stream and update this when I do so. Number two, I'm very curious on what negativity I said towards others in personal messages about the admins. Not only that, but even if I did, free speech and opinions are not allowed in DMs. They stated several times in Discord and meetings they don't care what we think of them as long as we keep our opinions private. Number three, as for the last point, I 100% don't know anything about that and know that is not true. He is saying immediately when people joined I messaged them and said join my side server. Definitely not. What I did do was message new people fairly often and welcome them into the server and tell them if they wanted people to RP with, they were more than welcome to RP with us in OC, and send them an invite to my personal Discord server because I remember what it was like to be new. Also, Jeff is still claiming Ella was cheating even though she proved she wasn't. This is just straight delusion and refusal to accept that a mistake was made at this point. Later on, Jeff did delete that part. At this point, it is just backpedaling. They are trying to silence us with their massive amount of followers. They can and they know that we are just two tiny creators. I'm going to keep doing my thing, working and pushing our server forward, making a place where transparency is important and where the community is important. I told my piece and that's all there is to it. You guys can believe our story or believe his. For those that know what we say is true, we love and appreciate you, and we're here to try to make you guys smile, laugh, and have a good time. Much love, TT. In this post, I want to clarify that when I first read this, I was a bit confused when reading number 3. But basically what he's saying is he would message new people fairly often who would join the server and ask if they wanted to roleplay with them in OCRP, and then he would send them an invite to his personal Discord server, not MBIRP. And he stated because he remembered what it was like to be new. So I could definitely see the mix-up of them thinking it was MBIRP or something, but when I first read this, I was a bit confused and thought that the personal Discord server he was referring to was the RP server, but I'm pretty sure he's referring to his personal Discord server as in his like little chill relax zone or whatever he has going on. Overall, I thought this was a pretty good response from him trying to clear his name and defend himself, but at the end of the day, there's only so much one person can do. However, these two were just Ella's and TT's experience, but what if I was to tell you there was more? On a comment from Uncle TT's video of why he got banned, a user and former member by the name of Lifeless923 commented, I just want to say I was also banned from OCRP, twice actually. The first time was a load of crap and Jeff unbanned me within 2 hours due to the admin's power tripping. The second time, also no grounds, but Jeff was outvoted as more admins had been added by this point. I was also berated by bugs in a voice chat just prior to this first ban. I wish I had recorded it for everyone to hear. It was disgusting. This is the moment I lost all respect. I didn't get an OC for weeks. The way the admins treat human beings is absolutely appalling. They are speaking to mothers, daughters, brothers like this, and a lot of people sit by and let it happen. If you call them out, you get attacked verbally. It's nothing short of toxic. We have so much crap screenshot and saved from the things they've done. I'm not here to talk badly on them. However, you guys need to see what that place is actually like. These people that you look up to are not the people you think they are. Never stand for what you don't deserve. Thanks for sharing, TT. Again, this was just another member's experience. Who actually knows if there's more? Moving forward, hopefully OCRP can change for the best and learn from their hurtful actions. They've already stated that they will personally provide reasonings for removals in the future, which is the next best thing they could do. And I also believe, again, removing the one strike policy. So what's the deal? Will this situation inspire more people to come forward with their story? Is OCRP slowly turning into the next DOJ? Are these people just disgruntled former members of the community trying to weaponize their audience and make false accusations about OCRP and the admins with the intentions of growing their community to monetize their server? Or were they just longtime fans of the big content creators of OCRP who they enjoyed watching and RPing together with, who were shocked and curious to the severity of their removals without proper context, who were ultimately ghosted, left in the wind with no proper response or chance to explain themselves? Who searched for an explanation in hopes to clear their name from any wrongdoing? Well, as the audience, that's up for you to decide. Thanks for watching. See ya.